We saw an article in the Swift Flash with a little local free paper.
Picked out the blue. So there was a video link on the advert. So we listened to the video, and that was Jeff. It sounded very natural, very genuine. And we thought, yeah, let's invite Jeff over. And he came to see us. I'd say very easy. All the contact details were there. Having watched the video, as I said previously, we made the phone call, and he's very open and honest on the phone. And he says, best thing is I come around and visit you. And gave us some demonstrations of what they have done. We just warmed to the whole thought of working with Leicestershire Paving.
They're a very attentive team. Jeff listened to what we wanted, because at that one point we just wanted new paving. But he came up with this wonderful drawing that blew our minds, and this is it, and we're over the moon with it. Well, it's predominantly block paving. We've got herbaceous borders, a very sloping lawn. Needed a bit of TLC. We tried our best to do it. We did, but we just couldn't get over without moving the block paving. That was it. That's what did it for us, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that. We thought we had some idea what we wanted to do. We shared that with Jeff. And he said, well, let me go away and give it some thought. We couldn't have the vision that Jeff came back with. And also came back with the promises as I'm going to deliver you a beautiful garden. And I think that ticked in the boxes, being both retired recently. We wanted to create a living space outdoors that we were proud of, somewhere we enjoy being. And this was the answer. I would say that the relationship we seemed to bond with Jeff from the offset. The fact that somebody came here and listened, and you could tell they listened through what they came back with, it met the brief, above and beyond the brief, actually. I just think good judgment of character, somebody we felt this is somebody we can work with. And following that visit, we didn't look anywhere else.
He's changed our lives. We said in 22 years we've lived here, we've never had anywhere to sit, only a table. And now we've got beautiful patio, beautiful furniture, and it's just made it so different. We
had visitors over the weekend, and I think it felt that we now have got a garden we feel proud about. We've never felt that. Everybody always told us that your garden's beautiful, it's been always colourful, and we like the planting. But we've never felt actually proud, whereas today we feel very proud of it. And the response from our visitors, it's just amazing. Initially wanted just a new patio, and then was explained to her, it involves a bit more than that because your lawn goes and there's a new lawn. And then opened up doors for having a different design on the borders. And the first one came through on the emails.
Yeah, on a Friday evening it was.
Yeah, and we were just going out, I think, and we had to look. And we brought them, and it was a wow factor. It really was a wow factor.
It was.
I couldn't wait. I think on the Monday that followed, because they came on Friday evening, I had to take them to work and print them off an A3 size in colour, and brought them home, and we were so chuffed. We were so over the moon. And I actually got them out yesterday to show my brother, and because he was bowled over, and he says, these designs could be a photograph of your garden. It literally is a reflection of the garden now, and that's probably one of the things that amazed me most, because one thing is doing the design, isn't it? That's great, or this is like a vision of what you could have. But actually it was a picture of what we did get. And yeah, the design, if you look at it today, it looks exactly where we're sitting now. So yeah, bowled over. A wow factor.
We didn't go to any other company. No. We just liked Jeff when he came to see us. And that just made it, the fact that he just made us relaxed, and he listened. And then he went away and did his magic. So no, we didn't have any obstacles, did we?
No.
We gave him a budget. He asked us what our budget was, and we told him what it was.
Kept to it.
And he kept to it. We changed things a little with trees, but no, he stuck to the budget.
Yeah, we had no obstacle. We knew for the offset, when we retired, we wanted to do the garden. In fact, it's probably the opposite to an obstacle, because the original plan was I was going to do the garden as my retirement plan, and then started to realise this is such a big project. So the obstacle disappeared, and in came Leicestershire Paving, and just delivered. They probably did in 3 weeks what would have taken me probably a couple of years. What I thought was really, really nice about the company was they're all so closely knit. It's like a good, proper family company. They show respect. They all listen. There's a bit of banter. But they've all been great fun to work with.
They have, yeah.
In fact, that's been enjoyable. We want to stand and watch what they're doing through the window, but you can't really. It's not fair, is it? But we just burst and see where they're going, what they're doing. They invited us in to talk to us, to tell us this is what we're doing. What do you think? You're happy with this? They engaged and were involved in the whole project, and that's what I thought was quite unique for the company. Baked some cakes.
Yeah, you get that feel that they all work together, and as Michael said, a family.
Yeah.
We were very privileged. On the very last day, Mason had never done this sort of work. He was Elliot's cousin. He came, he worked his socks off, but on that last day, Jeff came and Michaud, and they presented him with his T-shirt. And that was special, that was. He was very proud that he got our PC T-shirt.
Yeah, and he'd been with the company for 3 weeks. His very first working day here.
Yeah.
And you can see, and he actually said it, I think we spoke to Jeff, because I asked him how his experience was, and he just said, well, look, what we've created.
Yeah.
And he himself was blown away what they had created. But I think that's warming. I'm sure it's something he's going to stick to.
Yeah.
You could tell.
Because he looked when they did the block edges, and he said, I couldn't see it. He says, when I saw that, and I thought, wow, that's amazing. Yeah. That's really good.
It's nice to see people that enjoy what they're doing, isn't it? It really is. There was no point whatsoever where we sort of concerned or worried. If there's any, I was thinking, is that going in the right direction? I came out and had a chat about it, no matter who it was who was working here. I don't think so. I think the fact that we were engaged and involved, you can't ask more than that. We knew what we were getting from the visuals. We, at a very early stage, we could see the imagery we'd seen. It was being created in front of us. It was happening. So I don't think it was anything I'd asked to be done differently.
No, I don't think so. No.
You got what was on the tin. We were promised a beautiful garden. That was delivered. It was delivered on budget. It was delivered on time. So no, I wouldn't ask them to do anything differently.
We originally had got an arbour, and we wanted to keep the arbour, hence the little patio down the bottom of the garden. But then, unfortunately, that was a bit rotten, but we decided to keep it. And that's what blew me away originally, was the plan with the arbour in, because it sort of like brought the garden in. Because I was worried it was going to be a garden that wasn't our garden. I wanted it still to say it's us, and it still is our garden, and it's been created around us.
Yeah, I think it's fair. We thought taking the arbour out was going to change it.
But it didn't.
No, not at all. I think some of the key features is our garden previously was very boxy, with the patio and the areas we had created. One of the key features is what you see is all the curves. It's something we hadn't visualised.
No.
And it's then followed as a theme all the way around the garden. I think that's a nice key feature. We are creating an area with the trees, which we've not had previously, which makes it more encompassed as a warm garden. I think the peach trees are a feature, particularly when you sit in the dining area. It seems to have, wherever you sit, it's got a focal point. And I think that's really important to create focal points in the garden. So you walk in from the side gate, you get a beautiful focal point straight down through the bed, one of the beds. Wherever we sit, you have created a new focal point.
Well, we've had a new barbecue. So we've had one meal for two, and we had a meal for 7 yesterday. We did.
And that worked well.
That worked well.
Yeah, apart from the wind.
The wind,
we ended up eating indoors. But
we've got another one on Thursday for my brother's 80th birthday. And then we're having a garden party for breast cancer now on the 7th of September.
Afternoon tea.
Afternoon tea.
And we're expecting about 60 people then to come for afternoon tea. And I think already we've only had the garden
a week.
It's a week. It's just a week.
Not a week. It's a week today.
We've never used our garden so much. And I think that's probably an indication of how it's changed our lifestyles. We feel now we can invite people here. I think that's how we're going to be using it. Entertaining. It's an entertaining space. Also, the neighbours, several of our neighbours have commented on how friendly the teams have been who are working here. And yes, there was a lot of materials on our drive. There has to be, I think, 30 odd tons of materials have been brought into the garden. So it was a workspace for 3.5 weeks.
It was.
And on the last day when they cleaned up, some of our neighbours had come back and said, who were they? They were gobsmacked how efficient the cleanup was and how well they left it.
Yeah.
They literally, and they said, you won't know we've been here when we cleaned up on the last day.
And we didn't.
It was
Clean the road.
Clean the road. Even.
The road was pressure washed.
Yeah.
It was.
And I think that's important for us because we have a really good relationship with our neighbours. We've been here 22 years, and we didn't want to disturb the neighbours too much. And we knew it would be because of the digging and the laying. They didn't have the loud radios on. They were very courteous with the neighbours when they spoke, and they were very tidy when they worked. And when they'd gone, there was no sign of them being here,
no.
apart from this, of course. But on the front, it was, and I think it kept the relationship with neighbours and impressed them as well. They were all worthy recognition, without a doubt, all of them. Elliot and Mason, the relationship they had, the way they worked, recommendable. They did a brilliant job. We enjoyed working with them. But Alan came as a great chap as well, and helped.
Lee came.
Lee as well. They all sort of have their own characters, and especially what they do. All very friendly. But Misha was great. He kept the project rolling.
Communicated. We had a WhatsApp.
Daily communications with them, which was great. So we knew what was going on. They videoed every day what they had done, so everybody knew where the project is still on target, which was good. Jeff delivered what he said he would deliver.
Misha delivered what he said, because he said he wouldn't leave it till he was right, and he didn't leave it till he was right.
He was here on the last day.
He changed the step.
Yeah,
he did, because he said it wasn't right, didn't he? He did.
But if I was to, two people that stood out to me is Elliot and Mason. Amazing job.
Because they were here the longest.
Yeah.
They were. And Elliot came in after it had been cleared, so he hadn't seen the garden before. He hadn't, so he came in on a quarter of a started garden, and he just picked it up.
And went with it. Yeah.
And his skills at cutting tiles is amazing.
I'd just like to say a very, very big thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, to Leicestershire Paving. That's great.
To the team.
Yeah.
They were brilliant. They were. And we would recommend them.
Oh, absolutely.
We would. And we'll be sitting out here, come rain or shine, with a woolly hat on and a coat.
Yeah. We're going to use it.
We're going to use it no matter what.